I am going to share with you guys how I was introduced to a health and fitness lifestyle. And it's probably not what you think. A lot of people see me now with my meal prep company and a health and fitness coach, nutrition coach. And you might see me now and think that this is something that came natural for me, that I've always been a healthy person. But that's not the case. Actually, that's so far from the case. A few years back, I was one of the most unhealthy people I knew. I didn't eat healthy at all. I was eating things out of a box, or everything I ate was really heavily processed. I ate tons of junk food. It was very normal for me for dinner to have an entire bag of chips and top the tater. That was like a normal dinner for me on a regular basis. Growing up, my whole life, I was naturally thin. I could eat whatever I wanted and not gain weight. And so I was just used to just eating junk food all the time. That was normal for me. And I ate junk food all the time, even into adulthood, and never really had to worry about gaining weight until a few years back. I had started gaining weight and I wasn't used to that because, like I said, I was used to eating whatever I wanted and not gaining weight. My metabolism was very fast. And then as I got older, it started to slow down and I started to gain weight. So from there, I decided I needed to make some changes. I tried doing all these different diets and it was really frustrating more than anything. I was doing like MyFitnessPal, tracking all of my calories, and that was great. However, not all calories are created equal. So I was tracking my bags of potato chips that I was eating, and I did lose a little bit of weight, but not much, and I still felt like crap. I couldn't really lose weight like I wanted to. And so after that, I was introduced, my best friend had started coaching as a Beachbody coach, and she had started it and she was starting this program called the 21 Day Fix. I knew nothing about fitness or nutrition. I didn't exercise at all. I drank all the time. I smoked cigarettes. I was eating bags of chips for dinner. Like, I was not a healthy person. I didn't know anything about eating healthy. It wasn't that I didn't want to, it's just I didn't know the difference and I didn't know how important eating the right nutrients was. For me, calories were calories, and if I was eating a bag of potato chips versus salad with lettuce and vegetables and chicken and all the good things, for me that was equal. And so once I started this program, I was introduced to portion control and I was introduced to like how I was supposed to eat. I was supposed to eat this many vegetables, this many protein, this many carbs. And so it just taught me how and what I was supposed to eat, and I started following the meal plan and eating like that, and I felt so good. It also included home workouts for me that were 30 minutes, and I didn't actually even intend to do the workouts because I did not like exercising. I still don't like exercising, but I like how I feel after exercising, and I like being able to work out from home on my own schedule. I can press play on this workout anytime I want that fits into my day. I didn't like the idea of having to go to a class and having to be somewhere at a certain time or having to go to a gym and use these machines. For me, that was intimidating and just not something I wanted to do. So it worked out really nicely for me that I could work out from home. I was taught portion control, and also in addition, it came with a month of shakes, and these shakes were packed with nutrients. And I felt so good. I wasn't craving the junk food. Like, I still have junk food here and there, but I wasn't craving it like I normally was because my body was getting the nutrients I needed. When you're craving things and you want junk food, that stems from a lack of nutrients. And so all of a sudden, I wasn't craving the junk like I was. I was eating vegetables and the right amounts of like protein and the right amounts of food. And I felt so good. I felt amazing. And I was even exercising, which for me, I didn't even expect to exercise, but I gave this program a shot, 30-minute workouts, and I literally felt like an entirely different person. I felt so good. So I started sharing about it on social media, and my coach, who was my best friend, was like, you should just coach. You're sharing about it on social media. I think you'd be good at this. And I wanted nothing to do with it at first. I was actually almost offended that she even asked me to coach, because I had a bad taste in my mouth for network marketing. It just wasn't something I was interested in. But I knew I loved the shakes. I knew how good they made me feel. So I decided, you know what? If I'm signed up, at least I get a discount on these shakes. And as I started sharing about it, people were asking me what I was doing. And because of that, I have been able to create a very successful Beachbody business. I've never felt I had to sell anything to anyone, because I'm not a salesperson. I'm really not good at selling things. I've tried network marketing before. I'm not about having all these parties and doing all this stuff. That for me isn't my style personally. However, if I find a product I really love and I love this product and these programs, for me it's easy to like authentically share about it, share little snippets. And so I became, successful and built a team of my own just by doing that. And then after I got used to how I was supposed to eat, I decided that I was going to start meal prepping. And with that, I started meal prepping. I started taking pictures of my meal prep. And I had people asking me, hey, if I paid you, would you meal prep for me? And I literally was just like laughed it off. But people kept asking, and I kept meal prepping every week. I'd take pictures of it and share it on social media. And every week people kept asking and asking. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should turn my love for meal prep and for healthy eating into a business. And so I started my meal prep company. I actually started my meal prep company because of Beachbody and because of healthy eating. A lot of people think that I started my meal prep company and then became a health and fitness coach, but it's actually the other way around. When I started, I had no idea what I was doing. When I started Beachbody, no nutrition experience, no fitness experience. I had no idea, but I started anyways, and I learned along the way. And that's actually what inspired people to join me. People saw me transforming, and they saw me evolving, and they saw me changing, becoming happier, being healthier, having more energy. People saw that, and they witnessed it through social media and through real life, and they were inspired by that. Oftentimes when I'm talking to people about coaching, they say, oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm not at my ideal, or I want to get in better shape before I start coaching. And it's actually the opposite. You should start coaching before you're at your ideal, because nobody's inspired by perfect. That's what people roll their eyes at. People are like, that's not inspiring. But what's inspiring to people and what makes people want to join you is watching you start somewhere and seeing you like transforming. That is inspiring. Believe it or not, people are watching you all the time. When you start something new, people are watching you and they see you. They see what you're doing, and people will notice a shift in your energy, in your attitude, in how you feel. People are going to see that. And if they see it changing for the good, they're going to be like, hey, whatever she's doing, I want to do that too. And for me, that's kind of what happened. And so I started my meal prep company, and I had no culinary credentials. I had no nutrition certifications. I had nothing. I didn't know what I was doing, but I literally Googled, how do I start a meal prep company? And so I did some research, and I figured out that I needed my food manager's certification. So I got that. And then I had to find a commercial kitchen. And that was a struggle. I was told no over and over and over again on so many different kitchen locations. I was trying churches, community centers, and you can't just, there are some very steep guidelines for the food industry, which is a good thing. A very good thing. You don't want somebody cooking meals out of their home. You don't know if they have their cat crawling around on the counter or, whatever. So it was frustrating at first because I didn't understand why I had to go through all these things, but now I completely understand. I would not want to buy food from someone that was cooking it at their house, especially like raw proteins and stuff like that, because you don't know if they're, you just want to make sure that everything is handled properly. And so I got my food manager certification. That was the first thing. And then I did finally find a kitchen that I could use. You have to use a licensed commercial kitchen. So I found that. But I know if I had not started Beachbody, once I got introduced to the Beachbody world, I was also introduced to personal development, and I started reading all these books and like listening to motivational speeches and self-help type books. And it started to help me build confidence in myself and in my ability. And I started to realize, like, hey, if this person can do that, why can't I? I can do that too. They're no different than me. Once I started to see a little bit of success with my leadership skills in Beachbody, it gave me the confidence to start my own thing. And so I did all those things. I had no idea what I was doing at all. No idea. I was terrified. I did not know if people were going to like my food. I didn't know if anyone was even going to order from me. It was terrifying, just like it was when I signed up as a Beachbody coach. You can't wait until you're ready or until you know all the answers, because if you're waiting for that, you're going to be waiting forever, and you're just not going to do anything. You're going to sit around and wait. So you have to jump in before you're ready. You have to just take a risk, and the reward is always worth the risk. Worst case scenario, you try it and it doesn't work. You're literally going to end up with a home fitness program. That is the worst case scenario. So anyways, after I started my meal prep company, I had people ordering and stuff, and it was doing great. So I decided I was going to also take things a step further and get certified in nutrition. And so I got my nutrition certification, and then I also decided I wanted to get some culinary credentials. So I went to culinary school, got certified in culinary, and it's really helped me just dial in and fine tune everything. So here I am now, my meal prep company, all these certifications, all this experience and knowledge about health and fitness and nutrition. But I want you guys to see where I was a few years ago. I was at home eating a bag of potato chips and top the tater, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer like 6 nights a week. I was not healthy. I was no one qualified to give any health or fitness advice whatsoever. But you learn as you go. And so I have so many conversations with people who are, they're wanting to do all these things. By the way, I quit smoking thanks to Beachbody, because instead of stopping all of my bad habits, because I had tried to quit smoking, I had tried all these different things. And for me, it was very hard to just cut something out. Instead, I needed to replace it with a different habit. And so I did this 3-day detox, and I started replacing my urges for cigarettes with water and sit-ups. Instead of just completely cutting out a bad habit, I replaced it with better habits. Instead of sitting and eating potato chips all night long, I replaced that habit with eating something healthy that was going to fuel me instead of just feed me empty calories. Also, once I realized I could be successful with this business and that I enjoyed it, I was working full-time at an office job that I hated. I'm a mom. Ryden was in hockey, so I was working all day long in an office job, and then after work I was running him all over the place for hockey and coming home and making dinner, and I had no time. I did not have time. So I started this with a full-time job as a hockey mom, and I made sacrifices. Instead of watching 2 hours of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or whatever stupid shows I used to watch all the time, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this hour that I would be sitting here watching The Bachelor or Real Housewives or some stupid reality TV show, and I sacrificed that time to instead work on my business and to do things that would help me grow and evolve as a person. And it has been the reason why I have went from that person 4 years ago to this person now. Confident, happy, healthy, full of energy, owning my health and fitness business and my meal prep business. And you guys, you can have your own. Each and every one of you is starting somewhere right now, and you're wanting to be somewhere different maybe. So if you're watching this video, you might be at point A, but let me tell you, it just takes taking one step in the right direction to get to the point and to the person that you want to be. So please reach out. This is just to show you that you don't have to know it all. You don't have to be in perfect shape. You don't have to have any nutrition or fitness background. You just have to be willing to learn as you go and to be coachable and to want more for your life. That is literally all it takes. And I'm here to help you. I have a coach mentorship and training. I will help you get started on the workouts and meal plans. And then from there, I can help you with the business side of things and help you help other people do that. Even though working from home might seem like it's a lonely thing, it really isn't. We have an awesome community of other coaches and we have a great team and we all help each other. We're all constantly like coming up with ideas, and it's basically a community that is just life-changing. This entire program, all of the products are so life-changing. I feel like I have to share it with you because if I'm not sharing it, I'm doing a disservice, because it has changed my life in every single aspect, physically, financially, mentally, every way. It's also changed my family's life. Had I not started this program, Ryden would be eating potato chips and top the tater for dinner every night. Like, literally, it has changed my life so much. So I want to show you guys it can change your life too, but you just have to be willing to take the first step before you're ready, before you know what you're doing, and I will help you. But anyways, reach out. That is all I have to say. That is my story. That's how I got started. Being healthy was not natural for me. And I still eat junk food. I still have drinks here and there. I love food. I love drinks. I love fun. But I've learned the balance that you can be healthy and still have things that you love. You can still have some drinks here and there. You can still do all of those things while being healthy. It isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle. And I'm here to teach you how to live a healthy lifestyle.